Hey boys and girls, how you guys doing today? I'm coming to you from my classroom here at school, and we're going to read a very interesting story. It's called Half Chicken, and it's a folk tale. And a folk tale, like folks, is a synonym for people. Folks, people, folk, people, folk, people. Synonyms the same. Oh yeah. So back a long, long time ago, before we had all these fancy computers and iPads and all these fancy smartwatches and all this stuff, people had to entertain themselves somehow. So they would tell stories, because you couldn't just watch movies and stuff like that. So anyway, we call this one a folk tale because it was handed down from generation to generation to generation. So we're going to read it. And it's called Half Chicken. Alma Flora Ada comes from a family of storytellers. She first heard the story of Half Chicken from her grandmother. It was one of her favorites as a child. She loved the folk tale so much that she decided to write her own retelling of it. And Kim Howard has illustrated more than 25 children's books. Her style is full of color and detail. When she is not illustrating, she is painting and making collages. She also teaches students all over the world about art, so she is an art teacher. Okay? And this story is called Half Chicken. Have you ever seen a weather vane? Do you know why there's a little rooster on one end spinning around to let us know which way the wind is blowing? Well, I'll tell you. It's an old story that my grandmother once told me. And before that, her grandmother told it to her. And it goes like this. A long, long time ago on a Mexican ranch, a mother hen was sitting on her eggs. One by one, the baby chicks began to hatch, leaving their empty shells behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 chicks had hatched, but the last egg still had not cracked open. The hen did not know what to do. The chicks were running here and there, and she could not chase after them because she was still sitting on that one last egg. Look, I bet she is one stressed mother hen right now. Finally, there came a tiny sound. The baby chick was pecking at its egg from the inside. The hen quickly helped it break open the shell, and at last the 13th chick came out into the world. Yet this was no ordinary chick. He had only one wing, one leg, and one eye, and only half as many feathers as the other chicks. It was not long before everyone at the ranch knew that a very special chick had been born. The ducks told the turkeys, pss, pss, pss. The turkeys told the pigeons, quack, 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 quack. The pigeons told the swallows, and the swallows flew over the fields, spreading the news to the cows grazing peacefully with their calves, and the fierce bulls and the swift horses. So it's just like people telling secrets. Everybody's telling about this new baby chick that's half of a chick. It almost reminds me of those pictographs we did last week where we had to do half of a picture. Like when we talked about one vote and the key said 1 vote equals 2. That's what it reminds me of. Soon the hen was surrounded by animals who wanted to see the strange chick. One of the ducks said, "But he only has one wing." And one of the turkeys added, "Why, he's only a half chicken." And from then on, everybody called him Half Chicken. And Half Chicken, finding himself at the center of all this attention, became very vain. So what do you think vain means? When you're getting a lot of attention and you become vain, what do you think that means? That means that you just think really a lot of yourself. You just think you're the best when you're vain. One day he overheard the swallows, who traveled a great deal, talking about him. Not even at the court of the viceroy in Mexico City is anyone so unique. Then Half Chicken decided it was time for him to leave the ranch. Early one morning he said his farewells, announcing, "Goodbye, goodbye. I'm off to Mexico City to the court to see the viceroy." And hip, hop, off he went, hippity-hopping along on his only one foot. So he's feeling all good and saying, "Hey, that viceroy, they need to meet me because I'm so wonderful and special." He's getting vain. Half Chicken had not walked very far when he found a stream whose waters were blocked by some branches. "Good morning, Half Chicken. Would you please move the branches that are blocking my way?" asked the stream. Half Chicken moved the branches aside, but when the stream suggested that he stay a while and take a swim, he answered, "I have no time to lose. I'm off to Mexico City to see the court of the viceroy." And hip, hop, off he went, hippity-hopping along on his only foot. I like that, the sound of that right there. Hip, hop, hippity-hopping. A while later, Half Chicken found a small fire burning between some rocks. The fire was almost out. "Good morning, Half Chicken. Please fan me a little with your wing, for I'm about to go out," asked the fire. Half Chicken fanned the fire with his wing, and it blazed up again. But when the fire suggested that he stay a while and warm up, he answered, "I have no time to lose. I'm off to Mexico City to see the court of the viceroy." And hip, hop, off he went, hippity-hopping along on his only foot. So even though Half Chicken is vain, that means he thinks a lot of himself. He thinks he's the best, the most unique. Did he take time out to help the stream and to help the fire? He did, didn't he? And after he walked a little farther, Half Chicken found the wind tangled in some bushes. "Good morning, Half Chicken. Would you please untangle me so that I can go on my way?" asked the wind. Half Chicken untangled the branches, but when the wind suggested that he stay and play and offered to help him fly here and there, and like a dry leaf, he answered, "I have no time to lose. I'm off to Mexico City to see the court of the viceroy." And hip, hop, off he went, hippity-hopping along on his only foot. At last, he reached Mexico City. Ooh, setting change. We're at Mexico City now. Half Chicken crossed the enormous great plaza. He passed the stalls laden with meat, fish, vegetables, fruit, cheese, and honey. He passed the Parisian, I hope I'm saying that right, I'm doing the best I can, the market where all kinds of beautiful goods were sold. And finally he reached the gate of the Viceroy's palace. "Good afternoon," said Half Chicken to the guards in the fancy uniforms who stood in front of the palace. "I've come to see the Viceroy." One of the guards began to laugh. The other one said, "You'd better go in around the back and through the kitchen." So, do you think that's a good idea? So, Half Chicken went hip, hop, around the palace and to the kitchen door. Do you think that's a good idea for a chicken to hop into the kitchen? The cook who saw him said, "What luck! This chicken is just what I need to make soup for the Visserine." And he threw Half Chicken into a kettle of water that was sitting on the fire. And when Half Chicken felt how hot the water was, he said, "Oh, fire, help me. Please don't burn me." So did this cook care about how unique and special he was? No, he just wanted to put him in a pot of water and cook him for dinner. And the fire answered, "You helped me when I needed help. Now it's my turn to help you. Ask water to jump on me and put me out." And then Half Chicken asked the water, "Oh, water, help me. Please jump on the fire and put him out so he won't burn me." And the water answered, "You helped me when I needed help, and now it's my turn to help you." And he jumped on the fire and put him out. And when the cook returned, he saw that the water had spilled and the fire was out. "This chicken has been more trouble than he's worth," exclaimed the cook. "Besides, one of the ladies in waiting just told me that the Visserine does not want any soup. She wants to eat nothing but salad." Sounds like a lady, doesn't it? As he picked Half Chicken up by his only leg and he flung him out the window. When Half Chicken was tumbling through the air, he called out, "Oh, wind, help me, please." And the wind answered, "You helped me when I needed help. Now it's my turn to help you." And the wind blew fiercely, and he lifted Half Chicken higher and higher until the little rooster landed on one of the towers of the palace. And from there you can see everything you want, Half Chicken, with no danger of ending up in the cooking pot. And from that day on, weathercocks have stood on their only legs, seeing everything that happens below, pointing whichever way their friend the wind blows. So now I want to ask you guys a question. What do you think the lesson that we learned from this story was? Even though he was vain, what did Half Chicken do? He always took the time to help somebody, didn't he? And then when he needed help, he got the help because he had helped other people. Is that a lesson that we all can learn, even though we're not like fictional characters in a folk tale? Yeah. That's called a theme. Can you all say theme? Theme. A theme is a lesson that we learn about life. So take this lesson and apply it. Love you guys. See you soon. Bye.